razor wire, surveillance cameras, armed guard. This animal sanctuary in Congo is beefing up its security. In the wee hours of September 12, unknown people broke into the shelter and kidnapped 3 baby chimpanzees. Since then, they've been contacting the center and demanded a hefty ransom in exchange for the animals. Obviously, we cannot pay this ransom for several reasons. First, we do not have that much money. The little that we receive from donations, since we live entirely on donations, goes to pay the wages of workers and feed the animals. The sanctuary takes care of more than 100 chimpanzees, mostly rescued from traffickers or poachers. Since the kidnapping incident, the remaining animals have had the security of their enclosure strengthened with new locks. From our homes in the evening, we watch over them. I give them bottles at night, and then we have the police in the evening too. The whole area is safe for them and for us. Authorities in Congo's Katanga province say they are investigating the case. 5 sanctuary staff have been arrested, interrogated and remanded to a prison by a prosecutor. We have decided to conduct our investigations at the highest level in order to find this mafia network. The sanctuary now fears about the safety of the kidnapped animals. The kidnappers have released a video showing the little chimpanzees in a room with brick walls littered with garbage. Kenyan President William Ruto's cabinet was sworn in on Thursday, 2 months after he narrowly won a bitterly fought election. The 22-member lineup will be tasked with tackling the cost of living crisis and other economic issues in the East African country, the cornerstone of Ruto's election campaign manifesto.
I haven't appointed any cabinet for any region, or for any county, or for any community. I have appointed a cabinet of Kenya. I expect you to respect your oath of office and serve all Kenyans equally.
Having been appointed,
Musalia Mudavadi, a former vice president, assumed the newly created portfolio of Prime Cabinet Secretary. The 62-year-old will be the most senior government minister.
So all of us must prepare ourselves, because my intention and that of my deputy is to run an open government, an accountable government. We have no gray areas, we have nothing to hide. We want to serve the people of Kenya in the context and manner that promotes accountability, promotes transparency, and makes sure that the people of Kenya understand what we are doing.
Ruto also named 7 women to the Council of Ministers. The immediate focus of the new cabinet will be to lower the cost of living and tackle Kenya's mounting debt.
South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa has condemned the security alert issued by the U.S. Embassy in South Africa, warning of a possible attack in Johannesburg. The U.S. Embassy on Wednesday posted the alert on its website and identified the potential target as Sandton, a suburb in the country's financial hub of Johannesburg.
It was quite unfortunate that the U.S. government issued that type of warning without having had deep dive type of discussions with us. And South Africans should be best informed by the South African government, our agencies, as they are getting better at their job of securing our people, are alert and are looking very closely at this type of threat, and they continue to do so. So any form of alert will come from government of the Republic of South Africa.
Sandton, a collection of high-end shops and lofty office blocks and banks, is commonly referred to as the richest square mile on the African continent. The alert said the attack could occur there on Saturday. The U.S. Embassy on Sunday also issued a security alert in Nigeria, specifically in Abuja. Ahead of the anniversary of a military coup that derailed Sudan's transition to civilian rule, around 150 Sudanese protesters rallied Thursday in front of the United Nations headquarters in Khartoum. But this time it was to denounce ethnic clashes that have killed more than 200 people this month in the Blue Nile state. Demonstrators held banners reading "No to deaths, we want to live in peace," and they demanded an end to the violence that erupted in early October over reported land disputes between members of the Hausa people and rival groups. Since the start of the year, ethnic conflicts in Sudan have killed 600 people and displaced more than 210 others. The UN says access to land is highly sensitive in Sudan, where agriculture and livestock account for 43% of employment and 30% of GDP. The Horn of African nation has also been grappling with deepening political unrest since last year's military coup.
The UN Security Council on Thursday called on the parties to the Western Sahara conflict to resume talks aimed at ending a stalemate over the territory's status. The Council also renewed the UN mission there for 1 year. There have been new hostilities between the Polisario Front and Morocco.
We are committed to the peace process and to entering into negotiations, direct negotiations, with the occupying state of Morocco, the other party to this conflict, in line with relevant resolutions of the United Nations and of the African Union.
This new resolution reaffirms the consistent position of the Security Council and through the international community that the solution to this regional dispute must be political, realistic, pragmatic, sustainable, and based on compromise. Rabat claims the territory as its own and has proposed limited autonomy in the event of a settlement, but the Polisario Front has demanded total independence.